You should try to avoid IRS penalties of any kind. They only get worse the longer you wait. Make sure you take these steps to avoid civil penalties. Timing. File your taxes on time each year. Taxpayers need to file their tax returns every year, usually by April 15th, but it depends on where that date lands on the calendar. The tax deadline is April 18th for 2023, for example. Make sure you put this date on your radar each year. You may also have to pay quarterly estimated taxes, which means you'll have to pay the tax you owe in installments, usually on April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. Failing to file or pay by these dates means you will likely hear from the IRS about a civil penalty. Sometimes, like in the case of COVID-19, the IRS will extend tax deadlines to accommodate financial uncertainty or hardship. Pay attention to news about the IRS and deadlines each year. Pay taxes ASAP. You may file your tax return on time, but don't forget you need to pay the IRS by that April date too. This is true even if you request an extension to submit your tax return in October. You still must pay the taxes by the April deadline. Estimated tax. Some people don't realize they have to pay quarterly taxes until they get a notice in the mail from the IRS with a fee. Figure out if you're required to pay estimated taxes. The IRS states that these taxpayers need to pay estimated quarterly tax. Individuals, including sole proprietors, partners, and S corporation stakeholders, if they expect to owe at least $1,000 in tax for the year. Corporations that expect to owe $500 or more for the year. Taxpayers who receive a regular salary or wages don't have to pay estimated tax because their employer withholds tax from their earnings each pay period. Don't underpay. It's not always easy to know how much estimated tax to pay quarterly since your income could change from year to year. You can use Form 1040-ES to figure out estimated tax, which requires knowing your expected income, taxable income, taxes, deductions, and credits. You won't get the underpayment of estimated tax penalty if you pay 100% of the tax on your tax return for the prior year, or if you pay at least 90% of the tax for the current year, whichever is smaller. Payment plan. You can avoid some IRS penalties if you set up a payment installment plan when you're not able to pay the full amount of what you owe at one time. The IRS will work out an agreement with you where you pay a monthly amount for a specific period. First-time penalty abatement. You may qualify for first-time penalty abatement if you make a mistake and it's your first offense. This program was created in 2001 by the IRS to reward taxpayers who are normally compliant. You can call the IRS to make the abatement request or fill out Form 843 and send it in. These tax laws and requirements are complex. It's not always easy to know how to respond to a notice or what your responsibilities are. This can especially be true for new or growing businesses. Talk to a tax expert when you're not sure what to do. Contact us today for assistance and information. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.